Hey y'all, it's Cypher and welcome back to another Dislyte video. This is gonna be a pretty different type of video because again, we're not gonna be showing any gameplay. We'll actually be reviewing some of the changes that are announced to come with the next patch, which is patch 3.1.7. The exact date for the patch is not yet known, but probably expected to be like around Christmas, I guess, when the current Phantom Sisters banner ends. At least, like, you know, that's like what we all are theorizing. There's nothing really set in stone currently. So first of all, it's going to be PvE changes. I don't think any of these really matter, especially for like mid-game or end-game players, but they're going to be pretty huge for new players who are going to be coming to the game. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to be adding star system to the game, where basically each stage has 3 stars and each star has a completion condition. So you have to fulfill the condition in order to get that star. And like after like accumulated a particular number of stars, for example, you can see in the picture here, like you can get some different rewards such as Nexus crystals, a gold record when you have like 18 stars. So basically you fully 3-star all these stages in the particular I would say map, right? So like get chapter 1, chapter 2, so you have like different stars for each chapter, and then progressively, you know, you can increase the difficulty to hard mode and finally to purgatory mode. And for players who have already completed like in the entire story, automatically they will be given the rewards. So I think that's pretty cool. Expect a ton of gold records as well as these Nexus crystals, because we're going to be getting all of these rewards after the update. So honestly, I think after the star system, it can be a bit tough because some of the conditions are like clear the level with 1 Esper death, with all Espers alive. I think some of those can be tough for new players because, you know, they might not have exactly the amount of relic requirements, or, you know, the particular Espers that are needed to like clear all the story with, like, you know, in one go. So honestly, if you're a new player and you're looking at these changes, I don't think you should be terrified, but I would highly recommend that you complete the campaign as soon as possible, right? Because you don't want to deal with this bullshit star system. I think I think this is just like a gate stop, right, for new players. Because I think they're implementing a lot of changes, but I think where I think they're benefiting new players, but at the same time, like, they're not really benefiting. Like, I think they're straight up downgrading their progression, but we'll see, right? So that's basically that. And now this is the actual change, which surprised me, honestly, because to me personally, I felt that the current ritual miracle system was perfect, right? I don't think it really required to be changed. I mean, some could argue that it would have confused new players, but would it have really, like, I mean, it was pretty clear what rewards you would get on each stage. And I think the difficulty levels were like much better in terms of progression. So like, let's say if you're a new player and you start the game, you cleared level 1 and 2 of Chronos. Level 3 you might feel stuck, but then you get like a slight upgrade in your relics and you easily clear level 3, you know, and that would give you such a massive confidence boost. But now after these changes, I think it's going to be a bit different, right? It's going to be a lot different, because basically they're going to do they're gonna completely remove the 16 levels from each ritual miracle, and they're going to change it into like 5 different levels. I think it says somewhere here. Yeah, here it is. 5 difficulty ranges. I think it's gonna be like, again, your standard, easy, your normal, your hard, then your extreme, then probably purgatory or something. So yeah, there's gonna be 5 different levels, and they're gonna change the boss mechanics as well to introduce more creativity in the lineups. So this is actually what I think is most beneficial for the players who are going to be coming to the game, because if you do not know, most of these bosses nowadays have like a fixed set of Espers which are required to clear these bosses. For example, Chronos, you really need Sanders. I think you really need Ira as well. Ira, like, yeah, you need really good DPS gear to be able to one-shot the boss. So yeah, I think Chronos is there. Apep, again, you know, like having a Clara, having a Sally, these heroes really benefit you. Like Ahmed, I think is a great Apep hero as well. Fafnir, again, you need multi-hitters. For example, again, like Ahmed is pretty crazy in Fafnir. Honestly, I really need Ahmed, man. I really need Ahmed for the for the F16 clear. I still not have gotten to clear F16 till now. I mean, I know I could potentially clear, but I don't want to invest so many resources because I'm focusing on other areas of the game. But you know, in short, I think these changes are going to be better for the overall health of the game. But you know, again, we'll see. I'm not going to go into too much depth. I'll probably like, you know, again, redo all the guides after the changes come through. So I'll be making like guides for different Chronos difficulties. So if you're interested, you can just watch those. I'll probably explain all the mechanics in better, like more in-depth fashion that I usually do. I don't really see the point of explaining all these short descriptions, like the reduced Chronos damage and resistance under all difficulties. Deleted the dispel effect of the blessing tablet. So that's the right one, right? The right crystal. Honestly, that's huge, guys. That's huge. Because if you do not know, even if you like lower the AP of the boss, which has like 100% resistance, I think, in floor 16, the blessing tablet, you know, he would just instantly push his AP and he would get an extra turn. So you really need a lot of synergy between your espers in terms of speed, accuracy, and all that shit. I think so. This is pretty easy, honestly. So I don't know what they're trying to do. I think that this will obviously increase the use of more different espers, because you would really need Ira Sanders to reduce the AP of the boss as well as like the tablets. But now, I don't think that's a potential solution at all, right? APEP again, that reduces basic ability damage under all difficulties. So for you guys who do not know, APEP's main damage is from his basic ability, which he gets like when you attack him like 7 times, he gets an extra turn. He attacks all enemies. I mean, attacks us, which are because we are the enemies, right? I'm talking in third person. But yeah, while toxic detonation still increases the damage when the target has debuffs, the increase is adjusted smaller. So again, more damage reduction. So I think they're all trying to reduce the difficulty of these bosses for players to get more relics, better quality of relics. But this again opens a big question for me. If they're reducing the end game so hard, what is the true motive, guys? Like, don't you feel like this is a bit of a scam? Like, are they gonna introduce a super massive boss or like very difficult stages, possibly even a new Chrono stage where like the boss is super hard? But like, I don't know, this feels a bit sketchy because the end game is already pretty easy for the end game players, I think, and they're reducing the difficulty even more. So yeah, this feels a bit sketch, to be honest. But then again, yeah, that's all for the Ritual Miracle changes. We'll probably go through them when it's the patch notes drop, because this is not the patch notes, this is just like a normal news article which they dropped. I'll link it down in the comments below so you can check it out for yourself. Then again, practice stage adjustments. Alright, after version updated, the practice stage in the game will be removed from main story stages. Oh yeah, I think this is one thing which I think I saw my guild member talking about, Sonic Rift. So basically what they're doing is they're going to remove the practice stages, so you'll no longer be able to get those massive amounts of experience. But honestly, I think they were a waste of stamina. Like they consume a lot of stamina, guys, like 15 stamina per run, and you get like 200 stamina free every day. So that was insane, guys. It didn't even drop that much of stamina. Like without the ×2 experience boost, it only drops like what, 3000 stamina, like 2500 per run per esper. So that's pretty bad. So hopefully the Sonic Rift system is pretty good. So the difficulty of the Sonic Rift progresses after clicking its current. I mean, this is pretty standard, right? I think they're gonna go with the same route as they did with like other bosses. Basically, the more you clear, the more number of difficulties you unlock, then it will cap out like at a particular difficulty. There's a limit on the maximum number of battle rounds in the Sonic Rift. Players need to defeat all the Miramon within a certain number of rounds. If enemies are not defeated after reaching the maximum number of rounds, or if all espers are killed, if the player quits voluntarily or logged out, it will be considered a failure and 1 stamina will be deducted. Alright, so of course, if all your espers are killed, you quit or you log out of the game, that will be considered a run. Also, if you like max out on the number of rounds, it'll be considered a failure, quote unquote failure, yeah, only you only consume 1 stamina, the rest will be refunded, and the run will not be complete. That's pretty standard, I think, with the rest of the dungeons. Reward adjustments. So this is what actually excites me. So as you guys can see in the stages, they are now introducing 2 different rarities of experimons. Hopefully these are solid, because currently the epic experiment, you know, it's pretty great. It gives a ton of experience, but it's, you know, like from level 50 to 60 you need tons of experiments, and epic experiment is just not it, right? Like, it's pretty rare and it does not give the amount of experience that I wanted to give. So hopefully like we can probably get more experience from these 2. I mean, the red one looks like it'll instantly level up your SP from 50 to 60. Honestly, like, it looks pretty solid, right? But you know, I'm just talking out of my mouth. Nothing is set in stone, so your guess is as good as mine. But yeah, that's the overall review of the changes coming to Dislyte with patch 3.1.7. Hopefully I did not miss anything. If I did, please let me know in the comments below. Hope you all have a great day ahead, and peace out.